Bitcoin in trouble, the markets are down, and Binance currently now being sued by the CFTC. What's going on? What is it all about? And why do we need to, well, not be worried about it? That's just my opinion, but we're going to get down into it in this video. So here we go. We saw today, we're on the 2-hourly chart. The Bitcoin was trading very nicely just underneath that 28,000 mark with a really nice bullish trend. However, we got the news that Binance was being sued by the CTFC out of the District Court of Illinois, and the market took a big hit. We went all the way from 28K as low as 26.4 before bouncing back up, and actually just in the last hour having a pretty nice run on Bitcoin from, you know, the kind of lows of 26.8 back up, topping at 27.2, and the trend seems to be moving in a positive upswing, nearly 1% up on the day. But what's kind of gone on? Well, like you said, we got the article from the CFTC, but it says Binance and CZ, and it is very interesting that they are suing specifically CZ along with a couple of others. We'll take a look at the exact kind of court case in just a second, but it says here the cryptocurrency exchange and its founder Xiaopeng Zhao have allegedly violated trading and derivative rules. Now, in my opinion, this is just another move from the SEC, from Gary Gensler, because he is, and they are part of this, along with the CFTC, as their way of trying to control the Bitcoin markets. We know right now that the banking system is under incredible amounts of stress, and that actually we are seeing huge amounts of liquidity moved out of the banking system. And we did start to see that move back into the cryptocurrency system. We can see here, if we look at the total market cap, it's still at 1.13. And remember the pits of the bear market, we were down as low as $840 billion. So we're still quite significantly up on where we were. But the article goes on to talk about specifically the suing and ultimately the violations around the derivatives and options trading platforms. And it's been going on since 2019. Well, let's take a look at the full action lawsuit again here that's been filed against Binance, as well as a number of other entities. You can see there, Xiaopeng Zhao, Binance Holdings Limited, Binance Holdings IE Limited, Binance Services Holdings Limited, and Samuel Lim. And if you don't know who Samuel Lim was, he was basically taken on as the Chief Compliance Officer back in 2019. Remember, CZ's come out openly and said Binance is probably the most regulated and scrutinized exchange out there, which has more licensing in any other countries. Now, it's very interesting, it's very in-depth, it's very wordy as you would expect, but some key pullouts. There are 7 filings against Binance. You can see here, offering or entering into, confirming the execution of, or otherwise dealing in off-exchange commodity futures transactions. That is in violation of Section 4A. Offering, entering into, confirming the execution of transacting in off-exchange transactions in commodity options, soliciting and accepting orders of commodity futures, options, swaps, and retail commodity transactions, operating a facility for trading or processing of swaps. And this is kind of where it gets a little bit interesting. The fact that they are specifically targeting Binance, specifically targeting elements of the Binance platform, but also leaving it sort of open, that it means that they could go after any exchange out there. We know they've already gone after Kraken, $30 million. Coinbase in terms of its staking. Where does this stop? And I think this is, you know, they've gone for the big fish. They're absolutely trying to land Moby Dick right now with this to really hammer home what they want to do. In terms of the 5th one, failing to diligently supervise Binance activities, failing to implement an effective customer information program, and willfully conducting activities outside the United States, including entering into agreements, contracts, and transactions at structuring entities to willfully evade or attempt to evade any provision of the CEA and enact by subtle A of Wall Street Transparency and Accountability Act. Very interesting, very aggressive points there that they are being held to account, and specifically the people that are, like we said, being held to account. We have defendants Xiaopeng Zhao, the Chief Executive Officer, the boss over there at Binance. Binance Holdings Limited is the incorporated in the Cayman Islands and directly or indirectly owned by Zhao. Again, we can't be specific in terms of who that is. Binance Holding IE is the island version or the island part of Binance. The Binance Services, which is in Ireland and directly or indirectly owned by Zhao. Binance Services is a holding company that has directly or indirectly owned at least 43 different corporate entities, including companies that conduct technology and operation services for Binance. And like we said, Samuel Lim, the first Chief Compliance Officer for Binance, and has remained in that role until at least January 2022. So very specific. There is obviously a lot more in this. I'll leave a link to this so you can come and have a look at it, specifically what is going on. But ultimately, we're going to have to see what happens with all of this. Is this just more noise? Is this another way of cooling the markets? Is this another way of stopping mass exits from banks? Remember, the banks need your money to ensure their fractional reserve system can operate. But again, have they potentially bitten off more than they chew? Can they really sue Binance, or is it just going to be a number that needs paying? We'll keep you up to date with everything that's going on, particularly with this article and how it's going to affect the market. The market looks like it's recovering, like we said, nearly 1% over on Bitcoin. But to keep up to date, make sure you turn notification bell on so you know when we go live or upload our latest videos. And again, thank you so much for watching this video. We'll keep you up to date with what's going on in Binance. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.